Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius July 2, 2022. You are looking at the long view with your health, work, or money, and this helps you see these things from a different and meaningful perspective. Decisions early today are good due to this depth of vision. It can come to you in a rush how to deal with a challenging situation and put it behind you. Others are more likely to find you trustworthy right now, and your personal or private life is rich. As the day advances, you're more inclined to overthink, but the moon's move into your adventure sector helps pull your attention away from material concerns. You are fed up with the same boring old talk today and just can't take much more of it. The planetary configuration is bringing you the urge to go somewhere where you can discuss things that are much more eclectic and very different from the topics you are used to. Your partner will probably be glad to get rid of you for the day. Go and meet some new people. Invest in your passions. Although it can be difficult to ration or fathom, you should consider how to invest your time, energy, and even resources into your ideas when the moon in Cancer squares Mars in Aries. Your intuition can guide your instinctual side if you allow it. Since the square can be energetically tense, you may find that timing is crucial to investing in your passions. Use your head and heart to work through the logistics before jumping in. Making an informed decision about your passion projects will lead to greater success. This is not the day to make investments. You may read in the paper or on the internet about some hot new stocks, but be very careful. If you're interested, consult a professional before plunking down the money. Even after you've talked to an investment counselor, it's still a good idea to wait a day or two before you actually make the investment. Any hot tips you receive today may not be as reliable as you'd hope. Be patient. Relations and friends are having a hard time with you and vice versa. Put an end to this mutual feeling of frustration, be honest with yourself and consider compromising on some points. Talking to people to clear things up is also a big help. Regard today's negative atmosphere as an opportunity to resolve conflicts permanently. Someone might be pushing you to the brink of getting tough and defensive, but don't give in. Your charm is in your quiet wisdom and not forcing your way of doing things on other people. Your admirers and detractors alike will be suitably impressed. Whatever you try to achieve is criticized and unlikely to be accepted in a very favorable way, especially if you feel undue pressure to perform any kind of activity. It is far better to delay important activities or decisions until you feel positive about the outcome. Use your sense of humor to relieve any tension. Today you will be able to reap what you have sown, because you finally have all the elements you need to explain your approach to things. The people in your professional life have been waiting for this day for a long time. This probably makes you a bit nervous, come to think of it. But that's good. Your emotions will help you make your convictions even stronger and will also make you seem more credible. Don't try and hide it. Just assert yourself. With the essence of a vibration in the air, this is definitely not the day to try and tackle anything complex or serious. You are sure to notice that this vibration encourages more fun than anything else. If you catch yourself daydreaming or doodling, it won't be surprising. Allow yourself to have a day where you just go with the flow of whatever comes your way rather than trying to stick to a strict schedule. Tomorrow's vibration will bring more focus. Earlier in the week it was the moon, in its final hours in your relationships sector, that formed a friendly aspect to Saturn, for the first time since his retrograde turn in your communication sector. This not only left you more emotionally engaged but with a better chance to give your relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. Today it is Mercury, the planet of communication, in the moon's place and in his final days in your communication sector. This is adding to what began, but in a way that could have a lasting impact. What makes the timing of a friendly aspect between Mercury, the planet of communication in your relationship sector, and Saturn, in retrograde motion in your communication sector, auspicious, is that you had a practice run with the moon earlier in the week. With Mercury just days away from leaving, this is a coming together of planets that can give your relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Investing money today can reap big returns and dividends. It's also a great day to connect with those you haven't spoken to in quite some time. If you're single, pay attention to the people you meet or engage with today. They could play an important role in your future. Embrace the positivity and good vibes. Today is a pleasant day, which is a nice change from all the cosmic chaos of last week. There's some powerful energy fueling your ambition and driving you to get a lot done today, but power struggles are unavoidable during the difficult Moon, Mars, and Pluto cardinal T-square. If you can feel the tension building between you and someone else who also wants the leadership role you're intent on playing, it's going to come to a head at some point. And when it all blows up in your face, it's not going to be pretty. You might want to have an alternate plan ready in case your authority is successfully challenged. After a brief void of course period, the Moon enters playful Leo, helping diffuse some of the more difficult cosmic energy from earlier. Luckily, you should be able to forget about some of the day's tenser moments as you play with your kids or go out dancing with friends. Being the center of attention is your main goal now, and whether it's adoring affection from a lover or all eyes on you on the dance floor, you're happy to soak up the happiness that being in the spotlight offers you now. Regardless, we will confront psychological material at this time, and we are offered protection to this end so we might understand our inner workings and unconscious motivations without getting overwhelmed. Following this connection, the Moon falls into a void lasting into the early evening. Use this time for reflection. We might think we are living in the here and now, but how much of our personality and identity hinges on nostalgia? Are our thoughts of what it means to be productive, tech-savvy, or eco-conscious actually rather inefficient and outdated? Under this influence, we believe that it is our purpose, our mission, to help others modernize their lifestyles by encouraging them to think outside the box. There is freedom in liberating ourselves from old conditioning, and thankfully, others see our message as revolutionary and exciting, rather than disruptive. In the morning, the Cancer Moon trines Neptune in Pisces, stimulating our creative impulses. Ultimately, we get more from rest than from exertion now. When we allow ourselves to relax, we gain the ability to tune into serendipity and thereby develop greater trust in our intuition. We can use this influence to practice divination techniques, such as reading tea leaves, tarot, or scrying. Looking to our astrological charts can also be revelatory, not because we are seeking answers, but because we are open to receiving insights from the universe. Late in the morning, the Moon squares off with Mars in Aries, provoking tension. Our emotional needs and desires conflict at this time, creating an internal battle of wills. We risk taking our frustrations out on anyone who happens to get in our way. Obviously, this is a poor use of our energy, which can be much better applied to self-examination. Otherwise, we can get our angst out through physical activity, but should avoid competitive sports as we could accidentally injure ourselves or another when we are simply attempting to face a challenge courageously.